Hey, mamas. Today I want to talk to you about a step in healing that's just as important as forgiveness and taking responsibility, and that's acceptance. And I want to say this up front, just like forgiveness and taking responsibility, acceptance is uncomfortable too. It forces you to face things that you might not want to admit, but it's necessary. And if I'm being honest with you, it's probably one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. It doesn't mean that you're agreeing with or being okay with the things that happen to you. It doesn't mean saying, well, I deserve that pain, or it's fine. It's about saying, this happened, it hurt, it changed me, but I'm not going to let it control me anymore. And one of the hardest parts about accepting is dealing with the pain. Because let's just be real, the pain doesn't just go away when you decide to accept your circumstances. The pain lingers, and sometimes it feels like it's dragging you down. But here's the thing I learned: you can take that pain and turn it inward, not to punish yourself, but to start understanding yourself. When I hit rock bottom, I didn't want to deal with the pain. I ran from it, tried to bury it, blamed other people, and I even blamed myself. But running doesn't fix anything. Eventually, you have to stop, sit with the pain, and ask yourself some real questions. Questions like, what am I feeling right now? Why does this hurt me so deeply? And what does this pain tell me about me, about my fears, my needs, and my expectations? Turning inward means getting honest with yourself. It's not about judging yourself or tearing yourself apart. It's about creating space to feel, to reflect, and to grow. And let me tell you, it's in those quiet, raw moments with yourself that you start to see the strength you didn't even know you had. And one thing that helped me was realizing that the pain doesn't have to define me, it can refine me instead. Instead of letting it keep me stuck in anger, guilt, or sadness, I decided to use it as a mirror. I started asking, what can this pain teach me? How can I use this experience to make me better instead of bitter? And that's where the acceptance comes in. It's the bridge between pain and your progress. It's the moment you say, this happened, but it's not going to define my future. I'm not going to ignore it, but I'm also not going to let it run my life. And this process takes time. Some days you'll feel like you're moving forward, and other days it might feel like you're back at square one. But that's normal because healing isn't a straight line, it's a journey. But here's the beautiful part: when you start to accept what's happening or what happened, you free up all the energy that you were spending fighting against it. Instead of being stuck in, why did this happen to me? You start asking, what can I do? How can I move forward? For me, acceptance meant taking ownership of my story, the good, the bad, and even the messy parts. Stop trying to rewrite what happened in the past and started to focus on how I could write my future. And let me tell you something else. Acceptance is an act of self love. It's you saying, I'm worth healing, I'm worth peace, and I'm worth moving forward. So if you're struggling to accept where you are or what's happened, I want to challenge you to take a moment, just one quiet moment, and turn inward. Acknowledge the pain, yes, but also acknowledge your strength. You've had hard days up to this point that you got through, and that's proof that you can keep going. I want you to take a deep breath and realize that you don't have to have it all figured out today. This isn't about having all the answers. It's about being honest about where you are and trusting yourself enough to take the next step. Remember, acceptance isn't settling, it's choosing peace over chaos. It's choosing to let go of what you can't change and focusing on what you can. You're stronger than you think, and you've got everything you need inside of you to take this step. So start small, make sure you're patient with yourself, and know that every little step forward is still progress. You got this, and I'm rooting for you.